Good morning, gamers. Softkitty99 on the Creative Builds world, and we are back at our medieval tea shop. We built the downstairs floor last week, and in today's episode I'm hoping that we can build the top floor and finish off the build. So let's get started. On each of the four corners I want to start with our wood, and I want to come out by 2 blocks. Just like that. Now turn around the corner and do the same 2 blocks. 1, 2. 1, 2. See? Nice and simple. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now, where there is another upright, I want you to add 2 blocks. There isn't one on the side, so you don't need to worry about that, but there is another one right in the middle at the back. 1, 2. Now I want you to join up around the outside of the build so if I go up you can see what the corners are going to look like and what the sides look like, just like that, and do that all the way around. As you can see, lots of medieval builds, because land was expensive. They used to buy a small plot of land on the ground and then extend the building on the higher levels a little bit further around it so that they got more house for their price. I want you to grab the oak planks that we've used for the floor in the centre here and fill in all the gaps that we've now just made by putting in our frame. This gives us a couple of extra blocks all the way around the build so that the upper floor is going to be much bigger. It's just a small increase on each side, but that increases the total floor plan by quite a lot actually. And we'll just finish this off here, we're nearly there. And that is now what you've got. I think you can guess what the next stage is going to be. Go back to your dark oak wood and come to the corners. I want you to go up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I want you to go all the way across the build. And up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I want you to do that all the way around the build. And on the front and the back where you've got the extra support, I want you to just bring it up in the middle, like that. And we do that all the way around the build. Now, let's see how many spaces we've got here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, get your dark oak wood, and we count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we put in an upright. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put in an upright. Now the side is going to be a little bit different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Join across. Let's see how many spaces we've got. Do we have space for an upright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an upright, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what we've got. Then I want you to grab your white wool or your bone block or whatever other white material you want to use. Go round the edge and put one in the centre. So go all the way around the edge. This is on the side of the building where we've got a 5 gap. This means that we can fit in our 2 windows as we did downstairs, just like that. And grab your white stained glass and put that in the gaps. So we've got the nice little compact windows that you expect from a medieval build. Now on the front, as you can see, we have 4. So we're going to depart a little bit from the traditional windows that we've been doing before. So if we put the white wool around the edges, actually, do you know, I don't think I'm happy with that. I think we're going to change it. So what I want to do is make the panels at the side just 3 wide with the glass in them like this, which means we want to remove this and put in our wood, and remove it from here and put in our white wool, so that we can make it the small windows consistently all the way around the building, which means the first 4 panel we remove the wool there, we put in the wood, so we remove the wood and put in the wool, and then we can pop in our glass. So we have a panel of 3 with 1 window in the centre, then we have a panel of 5 with 2 windows, another panel of 5 with 2 windows, and a panel of 3 with 1 window. Let me pull back so that you can see that clearly, so you know exactly what I've done to change things. And then we do that on the other 2 sides, so that we've got them matching the opposite side. So the back matches the front and the side matches the opposite side. And I'll be back as soon as I've finished that. And we're back. Now that's all completed, just so you can quickly see it. Now what I do want to do is extend this 1 block taller. So if we pop an extra block on all 4 corners and 1 in the centre in the front and the back, just like that, and then add the white wool all the way across in between. Why I've done this will become very clear in just a second. Actually, I'm going to add 1 right in the centre at the side as well, because that will then give the building an appearance of the support from the wooden structure on the sides, because the edges on the sides are going to be more visible once we put the roof on. So where you've got your centre line, just extend it up a couple. And then we're going to build a pretty standard traditional shape of roof, but it's going to be a little bit different in the way that it's covered. We're going to use the hay. So where you've just put this row of white, we're going to put the hay sticking out from the side. Now we're also going to want the hay to be 1 further across, so you're going to have to put in a spacer block for where the edges are. So a spacer in order to get the hay to be consistent in the direction that it's facing, and do that on the front as well. And then we're going to build the roof up from there. I think you can see what I have in mind. We're going to be going up and in by 1 block every time, but because of the way hay sits, you're going to have to be a little bit more careful about how you place the blocks. I've decided that I want the edge of the hay facing outwards. Of course, if you prefer to see the red all the time, you might want it to sit in this direction instead. Let's grab the wall blocks again, and on the side of the building come in by 1 block on each row. so that you slowly have that triangular moving inwards shape on the side. So that each row is one less, and use the dark oak right in the centre as the support beam, so that you have that shape there. Do the same on the opposite side, of course. So that both sides are identical. One block less on each side as you come in. So one row up, one row less. One less, one less, and fill the centre in with the wood all the way up to the top, so you've got your point. And then I want you to grab the spruce wood slabs. And at the point where, no, we don't want spruce wood slabs, we want the spruce wood planks, not slabs, because otherwise we will see the outside of the roof. So where you have the points of the triangle here like this is where you're going to want to have the spruce right in line with the edge, so that if you come to the outside you can't see the spruce, but it just outlines the roof. See what I mean? And then what you want to do is extend all of these all the way across the roof, so that they meet at the other end over there. And then you want to grab your hay bales, and you can begin to outline your roof where you've put your spruce, because now you've got the support, it just makes it easier to put in the hay in the orientation that you want. Just like that. Now to get the overhanging bale, you're going to have to put in some holding space blocks so that you can get the hay in the same orientation along the edges, just like that. And then you're going to want to remove each of those blocks. Now I like the style of the hay like that, where it kind of looks disconnected, but a lot of people don't like that. So what you can do if you want to add something is you can use some stairs to underline the edges like this. I would like to use the spruce because that's what I've been using on the interior as well. Make sure you get them all pointing in the correct direction, of course. I think what I want to do up there is put in a hay bale, just leaving the hay bale as the top marker, and put in a spruce slab under the bottom there like that. And we'll do the same on the way back down, even though I haven't done the rest of that side yet, but it's just so you can see what I'm planning to do. And then I'll do most of the roof off camera, because it'll just make the video very long, so you can see what I mean by it, giving it some edge and some structure, so you've got the support in there. If you want it to be a bit different, you could use full blocks instead to make it much more solid and angular, but I rather like that because it emphasises the triangular shape again. And then on the very top, you then have to decide how you're going to want this to be. Now I think I'm going to want it to lie across like that, so that you've got the red around the sides of the bales, just showing right on the apex of the building like that. And if I come back to the other side, I can remove that spacer block and put in that like that. That's one too many. As you can see then, you've got just the red showing right at the very top, so that the top of the build looks slightly different to the rest. And I'm going to fill in the rest of the roof and then show you what I've got. And here we are back with our finished building. Let me just give you a quick tour around the edge so that you can see what it looks like. And that is all the way around the building. So we have a few more little jobs to do. First job, I want to grab the frame. Actually, I think we'll need that one. I want to grab the frame and the cup, and I want to pop the frame above the door and put the cup inside to signify that we have a tea shop. And okay, my pavement is in my way, so let us lower that just in front of the shop. Oops. So that the customers can have free access. There we go, that's better. And then we did the downstairs last week. Let us be consistent with the things that we are going to use upstairs. So let me grab the materials. So let's head on upstairs and see what we've got. And we've got a very big open space, as I said we would have. Just that little tiny bit of an extension makes the space a lot bigger. But of course a big open feel isn't really a terribly medieval feel. So the first thing I think we need to do is add in a little bit of support beam to make it look more authentic as a medieval building, because they didn't have these big open expanses. So if we put a line across where the supporting posts on the outside of the wall join in here and make them meet in the middle across here, will give it more of a medieval feel, because they needed the supporting structure to support the weight of the building and make sure it didn't fall down. And then we want to extend up into the roof. And as you can see, I've also put a log right across the centre of the upstairs. So there you've got all the supporting beams, and then don't forget to bring the one right in the centre down to meet your flooring. So now you've got much more of an authentic medieval feel up here. And you might want to add a few torches up in your rafters to give your building a little bit of light, because you're going to be having the customers inside your building. And then you're going to want to put in some tables for your coffee shop. So you need to think about where you want to put them. I'm going to use the same types of wood that I used downstairs. And I'm going to start by putting in 4 chairs. I'm going to leave one space between the chairs and the wall, right in this corner here. So if you want to start from the corner, you count 1, 2 and put a chair at either side of that. And I'm going to use a fence post and the brown carpet to make my table. So I've got a little cluster of chairs right there. I'm going to do the same in the opposite corner. So 1, 2, put a chair at either side of that block, and then put the opposite ones around the corner. So you've got them in a little circle right around your little table. And then, as you can see, you've got enough space to walk through the middle, but I don't think there's enough space there to add any more tables. Don't want the place to feel too cramped. Now where the stairs is, you're going to have to think about that as well, because you're going to need to protect your customers from falling down. So I think what I will do is I will use the fence to go all the way around where the stairs are, just to make certain that people can't fall down. But where we have the little gap here, we can think about putting a few tables in. We can actually fit in a little table. I'm going to put the table itself right between the windows so that the people sitting at the chairs can see straight through the window. and I want, can I fit another one in? Yes, we can. If we fit in another one here, that will leave enough space for the table just there. So that actually works quite well. So behind where the stairs are, we can fit in a couple of two-people tables, either for single customers or for couples who want to sit and drink their tea together. Space is there here? I don't want to clutter up the space right in front of the stairs too much, so I think what I will do is put a table. Where shall I put this table? Do you know what? I think I'm going to put it under the window so that we can have one chair right in the corner and one there. Now in the tables you can put them anywhere you want, but I think I quite like that idea. Right, and then in this corner again I'm going to count 1, 2 and put the chairs at either side of that block and go around for another cluster of 4 at this table. And let's see, how much space do we have left here? Yeah, I don't want to put a big table in there. I think we can, however, fit in another table here for 2 people. That work quite well? Yeah, I think that will fit just nicely there. So we're just off centre on the window on this one, just like that. That way we've got plenty of space between each of the tables, and there's a big open area right at the top of the stairs here. In fact, I think I might just put a little carpet in there as well. Just like that, as a sort of welcoming area and space for everyone to move around when they're up here. Now, as you can see, for those 4 tables, we have one just off. Right, so if we count 1, 2 away from that table and put in another table for 4, and if we count from this one, 1, 2 and put in another table for 4, then I think we're about filled up on this side. There we go. And there's quite a space here. Let's see. What shall we put here? Shall we fit in another table for 4? Just like that. And there, I think we are out of space. I think that is going to work quite well. So we've got lots of seating, but not too much to completely mess up the space. We need free flow of space for people to come in and out, and we want a variety of sizes of tables, and of course because it's a business it's going to want as many tables as it can fit in, and I quite like that. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. That finishes off the build of our tea shop. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!